Testing 1, 2, 3. Good evening and welcome to this broadcast of the Illini Central Sports Network. I'm Coach Worley here at Illini Central in the Cougar Den, as it's affectionately called by my dear friend Coach Giesler back in the day. We are hosting Tomahawk Conference rival, the Delavan Panthers, this evening. Glad you're here with us. We're getting ready to do the starting lineups right now. Let's start off with the starters for the Delavan Panthers. Number 3, Landon Horning. Number 4, Micah Brockhouse. Number 15, Josh Lake. Number 23, Cole Norrell. And number 24, Bryce Bell. The Panthers are coached by Ryan Kramer. Now let's meet our starters. Number 1, Nick Huckabee. Number 2, Bryce Rose. Number 3, Eli Baker. Number 11, Trenton Dietrich. And number 13, Zachary Entwistle. Illini Central is coached by Ryan Burks. We are set to go. I want to let you know ahead of time, I only have last names other than those starters for Delavan. So unfortunately, not to be disrespectful, but I'm going to call their players by their last names. Not because my dad wouldn't have been happy with that. He never liked when I called my friends by the last names, but since I don't have their first names, that's what we're going to have to go with. Tip goes Delavan. They'll give it off to number 3, Horning. He'll bring it up, guarded by Baker. Horning skips it across to number 15. Takes me a second to get the names and numbers, but I will get them for you. Back up top to number 3. It's Brockhouse, number 4, with the ball. Nice spin move in the lane, up on the rim and good. And the Panthers take the lead 2-0. Illini Central will bring it up for the first time on offense. Delavan in their patented man-to-man defense, overplaying everything like Coach Kramer always does. Over to the right wing to Huckabee, up top to Dietrich, guarded by number 23, that's Norrell, to Entwistle. Over to Huckabee. Knocked away, Baker and Brockhouse fighting for it. Brockhouse ends up with it. He pushes it into the front court. Over to number 15, that is Lake. He drives, kicks back out to number 3, Horning. He pulls for a 3 and hits it. And the Panthers are up 5-0 just like that. Huckabee brings it up into the front court. I'm also doing the camera, so I'll try to make sure I do the best I can to stay on that as well. Huckabee drives. He's going to not go. I thought he was going to go up strong there. Rose for a 3, and he is off. Rebound down, though, to number 3, Horning. He will bring it into the front court. Over to Brockhouse. Reverse the ball quickly. Set play there, looking for a back screen, looked like. That's number 15. That's Lake. Lake up top to 23, Norrell. Drive by number 15, Lake. Short. Rebound down to Bryce Rose. Bryce will bring it into the front court, being guarded by Brockhouse. Over to Dietrich on the left wing, guarded by Norrell. Up top to Baker, looks at the 3, doesn't take it, step back, off the glass, misses, rebound down to Horning, who gives it up to Brockhouse, who brings it into the front court. Rose stops him, kick out there, another 3 by Delavan, off, rebound down to Dietrich. Rose will push it up. Delavan, through the years, since I've been at Illini Central, which is this the end of my 19th year at Illini Central, can always shoot the 3. Very, very well. Nice lob pass to Dietrich, and Illini Central cuts the Delavan lead to 3, 5-2. Coach Will Durant sitting down there on the bench. I remember when he was a senior in high school, he could light it up. And many other shooters, Carson Aaron Holtz, just so many good shooters. There's someone Carson Aaron Holtz's age, for the life of me, I cannot think of his last name, but man, he could light it up too. Skip pass over to Horning. Tries to drop it down to number 24. That's Bell. Can't get it. Illini Central knocked it away, but there's another 3. That one is by Brockhouse. It's off. Cougars get the rebound. Rose pushes into the front court to Eli Baker on the left wing. Back up to Huckabee up top. He'll pull for three. It's short. Baker's there for the rebound. He goes up and gets it. And it's 5-4 in favor of the Panthers. Both teams playing man-to-man like they always do. Nice pass. That's a sweet pass inside by number 3, Horning. Lost track of our guy, and Brockhouse is the recipient of that pass. Rose brings it up, guarded by Brockhouse. Brockhouse on the ball. Like I was saying, Coach Kramer, one of the better coaches around, loves to play pressure man. If you don't back cut them, you're not going to get the shots you want. I can hear Coach Giesler's voice over and over again telling guys, if you're not going to back cut, you're not going to score. And it's always the truth when you play Delavan. Baker gets called for a travel, and it's 7-4 in favor of Delavan. Coach Burks, on the other hand, he plays man-to-man defense, but he and his father always would switch. They switch everything. They love to switch screens. You have to communicate when you play that defense. So both play man-to-man, two different styles. There's the three-pointer that's off by Brockhouse. Rose gets the rebound himself, and he'll bring it up himself, give it off to Baker. Left wing to Dietrich. Up top to Rose. If you're watching at home, you can see this tenacious defense by the Panthers, how they're always out on you. See, there's an opportunity to back cut. You got to back cut. There's a good one. Got to back cut to release that pressure. Nice kick out. Rose needs that one. It's a good shot. Off. Rebound's going to be called on, I'm not sure actually. I'm going to call it on Delavan. That's on number 23, Norrell. And we've got a masked timeout with 3:27 to go in the first quarter. Illini Central trails 7-4. Checking in on a timeout, Coach Burke's timeout here. Normally I'd be here with my guy Caleb Flores. Caleb unfortunately is home sick and not able to be here. I'm not sure if Caleb is watching now. Caleb came to Game of Thrones late, so he might be at home watching Game of Thrones. I'm not sure. Caleb, if you're out there, we hope you get better quick if you're listening. And the Cougars inbound it to Dietrich. Tries to give it inside to Entwistle. It gets knocked away from him, and it ends up going off Zach's knee out of bounds, and it will be Delavan basketball to bring it up here. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Brockhouse with it on the left. Doesn't look like any subs currently in the game. Looks like all 10 starters are still all 10 players are still the same. Looked like a walk there. Didn't happen. Miss by Lake. Rebound down to Rose on a nice tip out. Here comes Dietrich. Got to look at the basket, Trent. Here's that overplay. Like I said, Coach Burks calls out a play with my headset on. I couldn't hear it, but I know what we're going to do. They switch that. By this point in the season, you've scouted everybody, even in this crazy pandemic year where, guys are out and whatnot. I'm sure Coach Kramer saw us run that. We ran that a lot the other night against Havana. Worked really well. And the nice drive by Nick and a good jump stop. That'll get him to the free throw line, and he'll shoot 2, I assume. Fouls on number 3. That's Horning. That'll be his first, team's second. And Huckabee goes to the free throw line for 2. Nick, usually a very reliable free throw shooter, and he's short on that one. So much so that at practice last night, when the guys needed to get a shot to end it, kind of got in a hurry down there. The official did. Handed the ball, or gave the ball to the shooter pretty quick. Number 20 checks in. That's McLean. And number 5, that's Ryans. Remember, if you're just tuning in, I do not have first names. Huckabee goes 0 for 2 from the line. I do not have first names on Delavan. I just have a photo of the book, and all I had was last names. So I'm not being disrespectful by not calling first names. Just I don't have them. There's a kick out to Ryans. He drives baseline. Cut off by Huckabee. Kicks back out to, that is number 23. That's Norrell. He's short on the 3. The Cougars get the rebound. We need to get some offense going here. Nice pass inside to Entwistle. He misses. Rebound call here. It's going to be our ball, I think. It is a foul on number 15. That is Lake. That is his first. Got a couple subs coming into the game for Illini Central. Number 4, Paul Como. And number 15, Lucas Power. Lucas gives it to Entwistle, who gives it to Baker in the lane. And nice shooter's touch by Eli. Bounces around and goes in. And Illini Central cuts Delavan's lead to 7-6. 1:42 to go here in the first quarter. Up top to 23, that's Norrell. Over to Ryans. Drives, kicks to Norrell, to the corner to Horning. Nice rotation, and hits that three-pointer. I think that's his second. Paul with the ball on the left wing. Back to Entwistle, to Baker. To Lucas Power, number 15, I said checked in. There's Dietrich. Up top to Paul, over to Eli. Delavan really would love you to stand around on offense. It makes it easier for them to play defense the way they like to play it. You got a back cut there, Lucas. Nice pass inside to Eli, who goes up and finishes. That's a good finish. Nice post pass. And with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter, Illini Central trails Delavan 10-8. Horning with it up top to Ryans, who pulls for 3. That's off. Rebound down to Dietrich. Dietrich's going to give it to Lucas Power to push up. Throws it ahead to Eli. Eli with it on the left wing. Ball screened by Entwistle. Paul with it. Tries to cross over. Good job picking it up, ripping it out of there. Entwistle with it. A lot of times we just end up in the way of each other when we try to drive. Somebody tries to drive. You got 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. As you can see, the score up in the upper right-hand corner. Trenton's going to hit this 3, hopefully. Not. Oh, I thought that was good. Horning's going to throw it long, and it's going to hit Soph under the basket. And at the end of 1, it's 10-8 in favor of Delavan. Right now, Baker leads the Cougars with 6. It looks like number 3, Horning, he leads Delavan with 6. Horning's 6 have come off 2 threes. Eli's have come off 3 baskets inside the lane. Nice numbers on the broadcast tonight. Looks like we've got about 40 people out there watching this evening. Glad that you're tuning in. If you just tuned in, I only have last names for the Delavan players, so I'm not slighting on the first names. I just don't have them. So let's set who's on the court for Delavan as we get ready to start the second quarter after Illini Central turns the ball over. We've got number 5, Ryans, who has the ball, drives, We have number 20, that is McLean. We have number 4, which is Brockhouse. We have number 15, no, I'm sorry, 23, who's Norrell, and number 3 is Horning. Entwistle, Zachary Entwistle pulls for a 3, misses it. Trenton Dietrich tries to battle for it. Zach tracks it down, gives it to Nick. Nick drives baseline, goes up, misses. Eli goes after it, knocks it off Ryan's out of bounds, and it's Illini Central basketball. Number 15, Lake. I misspoke earlier and said he was in there when he replaces Ryan's. Huckabee to inbound it. Gives it to Rose. Brockhouse playing really good aggressive defense on Bryce Rose. Like I said, there's a good back cut by Eli Baker. You have to back cut against Delavan. Trenton Dietrich for 3, misses. Rebound down to number 20. That is McLean. He gives it to Horning up top, to Brockhouse on the left, or the right side, pardon me. Back to Horning. He already has 2 threes, like I said. Eli Baker gets a piece of that, but Lake tracks it down. Brockhouse shot fake, goes by Eli, gets in the lane. Nice touch on it. Trenton Dietrich almost had the rebound, tips it to Bryce. Bryce throws it across to Nick Huckabee, who somehow chases that thing down. And then we almost turn it over. Zach Entwistle in the lane, off. Rebound down to Horning. Illini Central a little bit sloppy with their passes right now. That's what hurt them in the 4th quarter against Havana. Lake with it, right wing Brockhouse to McLean, up to, there's Horning for another 3. Well, clearly he's a 3-point shooter because that's his 3rd. He has 9. He's outscored us by himself. Nice back cut by Eli. A really tough shot there. It's a great back cut though. Horning with it. Off to Brockhouse, who goes in, gets it swatted by Dietrich. That's a great block by him. Bryce brings it up, guarded by Horning this time, not Brockhouse. Over to Eli. Eli being guarded by number 23. That's Norrell. To Rose. Now there's Delavan switching a little bit. Now, like I said, they normally don't do that. It's usually a situational thing to where Coach Burks will switch everything. Eli with it, guarded by Horning. He gets in the air, but luckily Zach was ready for it. Bryce drives, goes up, probably got hit and finishes. Coach Burks wants a timeout and gets it. And with 5:11 to go in the first half, Illini Central trails by 3, 13-10. We've got our 4th and 5th grade basketball players here tonight, and they are really excited to be here, as you can tell by the way the camera is shaking, with them stomping their feet in the bleachers. Okay, it will be Delavan basketball going the length of the court. Cougars have starters on the court still. Looks like Delavan has most of their starters out there. That's Horning, he started. Over to Brockhouse, as did he. 15 Lakes out there, he started as well. And number 23, Norrell, he started. Another nice block by the Cougars, this one by Zachary Entwistle. Huckabee brings it up. They're going to call a foul there. I was looking for a reaction from Coach Kramer because that didn't look like much of a foul, but as an Illini Central person, we'll take it. Huckabee's going to inbound it on the right side, give it to Rose. Coach Burks calls a play. Rice is going to get a 5 count if he's not careful. No one's moving. There's a nice pass to Zachary. Skip pass out to Dietrich. That was a great pass, and that ties the ball game. Great pass by Zachary Entwistle. whips that. Call that in the NBA, they call that a hammer pass underneath the basket baseline. Delavan comes back looking to try to score to take the lead back. Dietrich does a good job of closing off Norrell. Here's a skip to Horning, high hands to him. That time we close out a lot better, but we don't box out. They get the rebound. So instead, Mr. Lake says, I'll take one. So Delavan takes the 3-point lead right back. You got to get a stop after you get a bucket. You cannot trade baskets. Huckabee with it. A couple dribbles. Picks his dribble up. See Delavan, like I said, all over you. They talk on defense. Eli Baker drives and finishes. Is that Nelson kid's name? Cody Nelson is the older one. I cannot think of that. That kid was great. He was such a talker on defense. It really got into guys' heads. They hated it. Delavan's really good about that. Talking really well on defense. Number 4, Brockhouse with it on the left wing. Down to Lake, number 15. Horning comes around the top. Better job of closing out. Brockhouse will pull for a 3, and he'll hit it. Shoot the ball the right way, you got a better chance of it going in. That shooting form's pretty darn good. Ball screened by Zach Entwistle. He'll pull for a 3, and he'll hit it. He can hit that shot. I don't think he looks for that enough, to be honest. I think there's times he passes that up when he could definitely take it. So 19-18 in favor of Delavan. Horning with it on the left baseline. Back up top to 23. That's McLean. I'm sorry, Norrell. Horning with the drive to Brockhouse. Shot fake. Here's Horning again. He misses. Rebound down to Huckabee. Huckabee's going to bring it, or give it off to Rose, who he'll bring it up. Skip pass over to Dietrich. Nice lob pass into Eli. Eli falls away. Eli has such a soft touch on that shot. Yeah, he's athletic and he can jump and everything, but he does a really good job. He has a really soft touch around the rim. It's number 15 Lake in the corner, number 4 Brockhouse, and again we turn right around and give up a 3. Can't mentally break down defensively when you're really honestly having to work pretty hard on offense. You're not getting a whole lot of easy ones. You're getting shots, but you're having to work for them. We got to make them work for him. Bryce Rose for 3. He misses. They're going to call, I don't know what that, I thought, it's like that's not a foul on the shooter. I don't, that's like the 3rd foul on an offensive rebound, and that's number 23's. That's Norrell's 3rd foul, and I'm not sure they're not all 3 on offensive rebounds. So let's check out a Coach Kramer timeout here before we go over and check out Coach Burks' with 1 and 47 seconds left to go in the first half. Illini Central trails by 2. They've been able to battle back. They got down in, 15-8, 15-7. They've battled back. And then they take the lead, and then they give it right back. We got to make a run, but we got to do that on the defensive end as well. Assistant coach from Delavan, I think, was just asking the official what they were doing wrong box out wise. I know I would have been asking that because, like I said, you don't see that very often where there's 3 of them in a half like that. Leading scorers right now, Illini Central has Eli Baker with 10, and number 3, Horning for Delavan has 9. So as we come out of this timeout, it will be Illini Central basketball under their basket. And seeing Coach Will Durant down there makes me remember those when he was a senior, I think it was. We had some great shooters on our team. They had him, and no offense to anybody else on that team, I don't remember names of everybody because I was just the 8th grade coach at the time. But man, that game was a shootout. He could shoot it. Nick Huckabee with it up top, guarded by Ryans, who's checked into the game. Not going to get a 5 count there. Dietrich with it. Against Delavan, you're not careful, you're going to get a 5 count because they're all over you. They do a great job moving their feet and keeping you there. Huckabee's going to pull for 3 off, rebound down to Lake. He's going to bring it up by himself. He's got Brockhouse on his right. he had Horning on his left. Now he gives it to Ryans with a nice spin move in the lane. He's going to call out on the floor. That'll be the first foul on Illini Central. There's Ryan's going to pull for a three. Short. Rebound down to Entwistle. And Coach Burks is calling out a play. We're under a minute to go here in the first half. Illini Central down 22-20. Eli with it, guarded by Horning. Eli gives it off to Trenton. Trenton, nice catch by Zachary Entwistle. And that's almost turned over as Horning jumps the passing lane. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I remember Coach Geisler and I over and over and over again saying you've got to back cut. I know Coach Burks is saying the same thing. Huckabee gives it to Eli. 37 seconds to go in the first half. Back cut by Zach there. Nice little jump shot is off, and Bryce fouls, which isn't really that big of a deal. We only had one anyway. That gives us a chance to get reset. Paul's going to check back in the game. He's going to get Nick. Paul's going to come up and guard full court. Illini Central with a chance to try to hang on and only be down by 2 at the half. Delavan's going to give it up to Brockhouse. Back to Horning. See if Coach Kramer runs a set or they're just going to run motion. Again, with headphones on, I couldn't hear him say what he's looked like. We are running something, though. I'm going to guess it's for Horning, but no. The screener takes the shot. Trenton Dietrich's going to whip that thing to the other end and just miss someone who's down there taking pictures. And at the half, Illini Central trails 22-20 against Delavan. We'll be back, figure out who's got how many, and we'll talk to you here in about 5 minutes. Glad you're with us tonight. I don't know what the weather's doing yet. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully everybody will get back to Delavan safely, and all of our people get home safely too before the weather gets bad. We'll be back in about 5.
Okay.
Well, you're back. That about got a little interesting. I wasn't watching. I was talking to my guy Tristan sitting over here by me, and I think Eli Baker for us, while shooting around, may or may not have come close to dunking it, and they were going to give him a tee, which would have resulted in 2 free throws for Delavan, but I don't know what was said or what changed, but they didn't call it. So we're still only down 2 to start the third quarter. Eli with the drive, and he ties the game up 22 all. So there's goes back to what I've said all night for us. We make a basket to tie it, or we make a basket to take the lead, and we immediately give it back. Yeah, Coach Burks is not happy right now. Lake's going to go to the free throw line to finish the and one. He hits off the front of the rim. Dietrich with the rebound. Rose with it. We've got Rose, Dietrich, Huckabee, Entwistle, and Baker for us on the court right now. They've got, back to their starters, number 4 is Brockhouse. Number 3 is Horning. Number 20 is McLean. Rose almost gets it. Baker gets that rebound and off the glass. 15's Lake. He's the other one that I didn't mention. 24 is Bell. Over to the left wing. That's number 20. That's McLean. Up top to Brockhouse. Back screen over there by Bell. That's Lake. Baker on him. Now Huckabee. Line central switch and everything. Brockhouse for a deep 3. That's off. Entwistle. We don't grab it. We tried to dribble it. Horning to the corner to Brockhouse. He shot fakes this time. Drives, shoots a little floater over top of the Dietrich. They're going to call a foul there on Bell. Yeah, Coach Kramer not a fan of that call and didn't really make any contact with him, just knocked it away. But foul is called, and it'll be Illini Central basketball with the game tied 24 all. Rose gives it to Huckabee. Baker sets the ball screen. Baker with it after Huckabee gives it to him. Entwistle with it. Takes a couple left-handed dribbles. Reverses it to Huckabee. Nick drives. Goes up strong in the lane. They're going to call a blocking foul on that. And Nick will shoot 2. Coach Kramer says not to... told number 15, Lake, not to swing through. He kind of swung down, tried to block the shot instead of just going straight up, is what Coach Kramer said. Nick's missed 3 free throws, and like I said before the game, he's the guy his teammates picked last night to shoot so they didn't have to run. He's just off from the line right now. Hopefully it's not in his head, but it appears to be because that's 4 misses for him tonight, and it's 24-24 with Lake bringing it up, driving by Entwistle. Entwistle goes up straight, and still scores as it's 26-24. Lucas Power going to check in the game. Eli Baker on the back cut. Bryce Rose misses it, but they call a boxing out foul. I'm surprised you call on the shot. Looked like more, if you were going to call it, it was after the fact. And that's the 3rd free throw we've missed in the 3rd quarter. And the 4th. You're not going to win games if you're going to miss free throws like that. We've missed 4 free throws in this quarter, and we're down 2. There's a drive by Horning. That hammer pass I spoke of earlier. Lake kicks it to the free throw line. That's up top to Brockhouse. Horning drives, skips it back out to Lake in his shooting pocket, and he hits it. That's why those free throws are so big, is now you're down 5, and you had a chance to take the lead. But we can come back. We've done it before. Dietrich with it on the left wing. And they're going to call a push. Power with it on the left wing to Entwistle. Reverses it to Baker. Eli got away with the travel. Bryce driving, kicks out to Dietrich, gonna pull for a 3. It's long, rebound down to Horning. He's gonna bring it up himself, throws it ahead to Lake. Lake guarded by Dietrich, back up to Horning, skip past to Brockhouse. Lucas probably closed out too far. Up top to Horning. Lake with Rose guarding him. Good job by Bryce to cut off that drive. To the corner to Horning, misses the 3. Rebound down to Power. He gives it off to Rose. Rose to Baker. Eli needs to be aggressive here. He gets in the lane, nice little fall away. That's his shot. Like I said, Coach Burks wants a timeout. 30-second timeout for Coach Burks. Eli's so good at that. Gosh, he's got such a soft touch on that little pull-up shot he's got there. He's got to make sure he gets more looks. He's not, I don't know, he's got 16 of our 26. He needs to touch the ball at least every trip down. We're at this point, we talked last night at practice. I was there last night for a while. We talked about how guys have got to decide that it's, we're coming down to the end of the season. They've got to make up their mind how they want this season to end. And sometimes it's putting your ego in your back pocket and doing whatever you can to help the team get the win. So with 4:16 to go here in the third quarter, Illini Central trails Delavan 29-26. Delavan to take it out underneath our basket. It's Brockhouse bringing it up. He's got Horning with him. Number 24, that's Bell. We've also got 15 Lake on the court and 23 Norrell on the court. We have all of our starters except for Lucas. There's a skip pass to Lake. He's going to pull for a 3. He kind of hesitated and he hits it. And leads back to 6 for Delavan. Bryce on the drive, picks up his dribble to Zach, reverses it to Lucas. Dietrich's got it. Good cut by Zach. Nice move by him. Little hook. Nice box out by number 3, Horning on Baker. And it will be Delavan basketball with 3:30 to go, leading by 6. There's a nice screen. Norrell got fouled by Dietrich. Did a good job of bringing the ball back instead of just going straight up, or Trenton was going to block it. So that's going to give Norrell a chance to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Short. Doesn't appear anybody wants to make a free throw this half, because that's between our 4 misses and that miss there. If my memory serves, we've now. And it makes that one. Illini Central down 33-26. Need a basket. Need a touch for Eli Baker. Whether he shoots it or not doesn't matter. It's that he gets a touch. Nice back cut by Bryce. Can't force it there. It's a good back cut. Right idea, just can't force it. Bad passing angle to get it. Too high onto the top of the key. Brockhouse drives, kicks it back out to number 23. That's Norrell. Lake with it. One left-handed dribble. Bounces it off of Horning's knee, but he's able to recover. Brockhouse guarded by Baker. That's a nice little shot by Bell, and now almost gets it. Bryce fights for it. That should be Illini Central basketball. Power's going to come in for Entwistle. Rose brings it up. Power came in, like I said, for Entwistle. A little bit smaller now when that happens. And Dietrich tries to get it to Eli, and we throw it away. Bell kicks it back out. Now that's going to be a tough play. Lucas went for the steal and didn't get it, and now it's 10 after that three-pointer by Lake. They're calling it a little closer than what I think the guys in purple would like. But like I said, this is how they play tough, hard-nosed, man-to-man defense, and they're on you. And if you're not strong with it, or you don't back cut, or you don't put pressure on them to guard, they're just going to sit there and guard you. There's a three by Nick Huckabee. It's off. Lucas Power in there trying to get a rebound. Doesn't get it. Ahead to Brockhouse. Stopped by Huckabee. And that's the basket for number 23, Norrell. And it's 12. Lucas drives, kicks out to Trent. Trent for three, short. He's going to get his own rebound. He shoots it over, and that's off of number 15, Lake. Entwistle going to go back in. Inbounds play to Baker. Baker's going to go up. It's actually long, and Horning tries to save it, or he was trying to grab it. Couldn't corral it. Goes out of bounds. Number 20, that's McLean. He's going to come in. He's going to replace 23, Norrell. Huckabee's going to take about on the left wing. 1:07 to go here in the third. Dietrich with it to Huckabee. Entwistle over to Rose, who drives. Six fouls on Delavan, 2 on Illini Central. 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. One thing about the way Delavan plays is it's so hard to simulate that in practice because they just are so good at that. They've done it for years. They've always done it. It doesn't matter who they have. It makes it hard when you in practice can't get after your own guys like that, 5-on-5. Horning's got it. Delavan up 12. 38-26. Baker on him. Let's see who's ready to make a play. Somebody from Illini Central needs to step up, rotate, and help. Really need to stop. Drive by Horning. Goes off the glass. Entwistle gets the rebound. Huckabee's going to have a chance. And he gets the and one. Huckabee leaked out. Hopefully Ryan's okay. He hit the floor pretty hard. I don't know whether it was his head that hit the court or his back. It sounded pretty hard. Like I said, I got headphones on, so I couldn't tell. But that basket cuts it to 10. Let's see if Huckabee can get a free throw. Maybe that one will get him started. And he does. He gets that one. Paul's going to check in. He gets Nick here. Oh, boy. Just let Brockhouse go right by us. Nobody got in front of him, and that thing just about rolled in. So at the end of 3, Illini Central trails 38-29. We'll be back in 1 second. We're back. Coach Burke spent his time out imploring Illini Central to play harder, that they've got to care and get after it. Delavan starts, Brockhouse, Horning, Ryans, McLean, and Lake. There's a 3 from Ryans and an offensive rebound for Delavan. Dietrich goes and tries to get it. It's a really hard battle down there by McLean. He was getting after it. Throw it ahead to Baker. Baker goes up, doesn't make it. That's a rebound down to Brockhouse. He's going to pull it the other direction, push it the other direction, sorry. And Bryce fouls there on the floor. The official didn't know who the foul. He called it on 4, but 4 is the one that got fouled. Number 2 is the one that fouled for us. Ryan's for another 3. It's long. It goes over the backboard. Two of the officials tonight I have not seen. One of them I have seen before. Turnover, Horning with it, kicks it back out to Lake. That's 19 for him. He has been, I don't know if he's missed one in the second half. Rose drives, kicks to Dietrich. He'll get a chance for one. His is short. Eli tracks it down, hustles, tries to save it, goes to Brockhouse. Eli with a hand on it. Not completely out of it, but you got to get stops. Got to get stops. There's Brockhouse with it to Ryans. He pulls again. That's the first one he's made, but that's a killer. 44-29. Lake on that one. There's a missed free throw. It's interesting. Basketball is an interesting game. Some calls you get when you're on the road or at home. Some calls you don't get on when you're on the road. Ryan's with a spin move in the lane. Illini Central needs to go quicker. I mean, you can't just get the rebound and walk it up. It's funny, even in high school basketball, it can be kind of like it is in professional or in college. Getting a little chippy, too. Could be interesting to see how things go as we go down the stretch. 5:20 to go. 44-29 in favor of Delavan. Eli Baker at the free throw line to shoot 2. Sorry, 1-1 that was. And Eli gets a second. Yep. Coach Burks wants a timeout. He's going to take a 30. Coach Burks changed defenses at one point there in that quarter, and then I'm not sure whether he stayed with that or he changed back to man. I thought he said it sounded like he was switching up defenses, but maybe he didn't actually go ahead and do it. At this point, we got to get out and guard. We're not going to be able to sit back in a zone or sag off any. We're going to have to. Actually, we're picking up full court, which is not something we usually do. And it looked like we were trying to trap one time. Paul in there. That is what you call a makeup call, maybe. Brockhouse with it. Left wing to Norrell to Horning. They're going to run a little clock, I would assume. They're not going to be any big hurry. Ryans is checked out. 23 Norrell is in. 24 is Bell. 3 is Horning. Skip to Lake, who has 19. And 4 is Brockhouse with it. Screen by Lake. Better know where he is. Delavan's going to take their time. And they get an and one situation there. Nice strong move by number 23, Norrell. That right there is why some people, they want the shot clock. That right there is why I personally am not in favor of the shot clock. They've worked to get the lead. If they can take care of it and keep from turning it over, I don't know why they need to throw up a bad shot. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the idea of doing that. Delavan's worked for that lead. Why should they? Have to chuck up a shot after how many ever seconds? Get out and play defense. So I would assume they're going to run a little bit again. Like I said, it wasn't a stall. They're just not in a hurry to take a bad shot. There's a nice back cut by Brockhouse. That's why my personal opinion is what that shot clock could do is cause you to take bad shots. And if you saw any of my varsity teams that I've coached, you definitely know I've coached some people that could take a bad shot. It'd be interesting to see what would happen if we do apply a little pressure. I don't know. We haven't done that yet, so. Skip to Nick on the right wing. Zach cuts to him. Nick drives. Kicks it out to Bryce, who quick gives it to, that's a nice pass by him to Dietrich. That's a 3 with 3:40 to go. Down 13. We've got to press, so we are pressing to see whether, see what they've got against that pressure. Like I said, we don't normally press full court, so that's going to be something unusual or out of our comfort zone. Timeout, Coach Kramer. .320 to go, 47-34 in favor of Delavan. Right now, Illini Central is led by Eli Baker with 18, and number 15, that is Lake for Delavan, has 19. He's played a terrific game. Nobody else on the court for Illini Central is in double figures. Trent's got 8. Number 4, that's Brockhouse. He's got 10. He had 10 at the half. He's played a good game, kind of controlled the tempo of the game. Illini Central trying to turn up the pressure, see whether they can turn Delavan over. We're 2 fouls from them shooting free throws, being in the bonus. So, and at this point, when you're down by what we're down by, we don't need them to go to the line and make 1 out of 2. We need to get steals. They get it into Lake, guarded by Huckabee. There's a foul, didn't get called. Brockhouse gets called, or he gets fouled by Entwistle. One thing that's difficult about the situation we're in is this is not something we usually do defensively in terms of running, trying to run and jump, so to speak, trying to get up in people like that. But .256 to go in the game. Brockhouse hits the first of the 1-and-1. He gets them both, and it's 49-34 in favor of Delavan. Nice job by Bryce, driving baseline. Trent gets cut off, out to Bryce. He tries to skip it across to Nick, who pulls for three. It's short. And number 3, Horning brings it down. Back to him. He'll bring it up against Eli. Back across court. Sorry, I moved the camera. That's going to be a timeout for Delavan and Coach Kramer. 30-second timeout. 2:26 to go. 15-point lead for Delavan. We need some threes and we need some steals, and we need them fast with 2:26 to go. That's a 3 for Lake. He's clearly the player of the game for Delavan. No offense to their other players, but it's not close. He's got 19 and has just really buried us in the second half. Just killed us in the second half. Anytime he's got an open look, he just hit it. Huckabee drives. He gets his shot blocked. That looked like a foul. Again, it's been pretty inconsistent in terms of like not knowing for sure what's going to be what. Bell kicks it back out. That's number 4, Brockhouse. There's Baker up on Horning. This Delavan team's pretty good. I'm not sure what their record was. Again, I didn't hear it before the game. They did have a pretty rough game last Friday night against Athens. We were hoping maybe we'd have a chance to get the Tomahawk if they could take it from Athens on Friday. They were not able to do so, so we did not. Tomahawk's not here. Athens still has it. So Coach Kramer calls a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. Illini Central's going to sub down with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go. Wholesale changes for both teams. So it's going to be Delavan basketball. Let's see if they just... Surely they won't just run the clock out. They're going to try to do something here. Good. They're going to try to score. It's always... I always I don't like it when both teams sub and get their other guys in. Just let them play. Some of the kids don't get a chance to play very much. Give them a chance to try to score. Nobody cares. It's not like it's a huge deficit. Illini Central's got Cooper Thomas on the court with Paul, Ellis Dowell, Hunter Snyder, and Lucas Power. With 25 seconds to go, let's get a shot up. Somebody shoot it. Nice try there by Hunter Snyder to dish it to a cutting Ellis Dowell. Sometimes you come into this situation, you don't want to shoot it because you think, nice hustle by Paul. He misses it. 7 seconds to go. Illini Central will take the loss tonight, 52-34. Like I said, Lake would be my player of the game for Delavan, clearly. He shot the lights out in the second half, and really difficult for us to do anything when every time he's hitting shots. For Illini Central, it would be Eli Baker. He ended up with 18, played a really good game. I just hate to belabor a point that I made the other night. He just didn't get very many touches in the second half, and I don't think it's purposeful or anything. He's got to get. One thing about a kid like him is he draws so much attention that opens up other people. So. But I think we played well. Talked to the guys last night, too, and I know Coach Burks is telling them as well. We're not going to be the number one seed in the regional. We're not going to go undefeated. We just have to try to get better in every game and learn from every game. And if you do that, good things are going to happen. If you don't do that, then we're going to be in, we're going to continue to kind of muddle along. And I hope that we don't do that. It was a good game tonight. We had a pretty good crowd here from both schools, especially considering the impending weather. Like I said, I've not been outside. I'm not sure what the weather is like, but it was good to see our fourth and fifth graders. Maybe it was just fourth graders tonight playing. Seeing some kids who are excited about playing basketball. So Coach Burks is going to come join me here in a second. I'll get ready for that, and I'll be back in just a second to talk to Coach Burks and get his thoughts on this evening's game with Delavan. Be back in just a second. Okay, I've got Coach Burks here with me. Change this camera out. Here, there we go. Okay, Coach, tough one tonight. Mainly a tough one just because of the way they always play defense. I mean,
Yeah.
It doesn't ever look any different no matter who they have.
No,
it's always the same.
I told the guys at halftime, I said, I've watched, played against, or coached against Delavan since I was a little kid, and every single game looks exactly the same. I said, we were down 2. I was like, that was a great game. I mean,
Yep.
You handled it well. It's just what they're supposed to look like.
Yep.
And they're good because they just keep doing it, and eventually you make enough mistakes and wear you down a little bit, and that was kind of the case tonight. So.
Yeah, I put on the broadcast that I could hear Coach Giesler. I could just hear him saying, "You got a back cut. You got a back cut," because they get out in you, and they're physical with you, and you just got to play through it.
Yeah.
And I know Coach Kramer probably wasn't happy with some of the calls when he was calling a little bit closer.
Yeah, right.
But
yeah.
I also said, it's okay. It should be like that here.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
right.
You can't get them all. You can't get them all. You can't get them there and here.
No.
But,
well, yeah. I mean, I know the fouls look crazy because they had like 8 and we had 0. But I mean, we don't guard like they guard, so we're not fouling. And we were blocking some shots with our athleticism and stuff. But we played really well in the first half, and we found guys in the right spot. And second half, they made a bunch of shots, and we missed some free throws, and then kind of spiraled out of control there.
Yeah, I think Nick missing those free throws to start, and I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying it just got you off to a rough start to start. We missed, and Bryce missed 2 right after that.
We went 0 for 4,
Yeah, right at one little stretch that it really could have helped if we'd have got those. And they did shoot the ball well. That's the other thing they always do somehow. They get kids that can shoot the 3.
Yeah.
But then some of them were open.
Right, yeah. They run good offense too, so.
But I think it still goes back to the things we've been talking about the past, whether it's on here or just ourselves. Just got to keep working to get better, learn from it, and gives you some stuff to work on.
Yeah, we're probably going to see them first round of regionals. Probably the way it's going to shake out, they'll at least be in our regional at some point. We're getting towards the end, so we kind of told the guys it's really up to them at this point. There's nothing I'm going to teach them or do with them that's going to make them any better. It's up to them to how they want the season to go. So,
and it does. And again, we've talked. Bunner doesn't like to make excuses. I'm not making excuses, but it's definitely not going to help that we're not going to have school tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
We may not have school on Thursday. And it's probably as bad, if it's as bad as they say, you may have to not practice 2 days in a row. So
yeah, and I wasn't at practice yesterday. I wasn't at practice yesterday. Right. I was sick. It's just been a crazy year. I don't know. They've had to go through some stuff the last 2 years, but I don't want them to reach April and think, man, I wish we would have just done this in February. So hopefully, they'll figure it out. They're great kids, and we won't stop trying. I know that.
Right. So. Yeah, and it can always swing right back the other way.
Yep.
So you go to Maroa,
Maroa
on Saturday to take on Rantoul.
Yep.
What time's that game?
11:30 a.m.
Okay, so 11:30 game at Maroa against Rantoul is your next time you'll be on the court. So thank you for coming up and talking for a minute. It was a hard-fought game. I hope everybody gets home safe.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll talk to you sometime next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. So if you tuned in tonight, appreciate it. If you hung around with us till the end, it was a good game. It always is between our 2 teams. Like I said, the boys will get after it again Saturday against Rantoul in the Sangamo Conference and Illini Prairie crossover shootout. Signing off here. We won't have any more depending on the weather, we may broadcast Thursday night when the girls take on Mount Pulaski, and if not, we won't be back until next week. So hopefully you get home safe tonight.